Jim, you have a ton of experience. You've been over a lot of circumstances during your career, but this is your second fight in this particular pandemic situation. So, are you getting used to the new procedures and the new fight week?
You know, it's actually it got changed up a little bit on me this time. You know, last fight week was a little bit different than this one. There's things are a little bit tighter this time around. Um, you know, for me, I get such like tunnel vision when I'm fighting that I barely hear my corner. I have to kind of be in that little section of the octagon in order to hear my corner. I never hear them if I'm on the opposite side of the octagon. So for me fighting with no fans last time, it was really it doesn't really matter, you know, like especially with a fight like that where I went out and you know in a half a round it's over. I can imagine that being in a tough fight where you know you're going into the final round and you're tired and bleeding and this and that and not having that roar of the crowd would be something that would affect me. I hope not, but you know it definitely does give you that energy when you're in those fights. But yeah, the whole procedures thing, like I'm the type of guy that I just sit in my room anyway. You know, I'm just focused on drinking a ton of water and then cutting weight. You know, and then fighting on Saturday. So I'm not the type of fighter that goes out and goes to the movies or goes to the mall or anything like that and kind of sees the sights, unfortunately. But yeah, so for me, it's really no different than really any other fight.
And is there anything that you miss about the fights before the pandemic? Maybe the crowd?
Yeah, hell yeah, I miss the crowd. You know, I mean that's one of the things too. Like going back to that retirement talk with you know with DC's fight. Like I don't know if I could do it without a crowd. Like I've fought so many times in front of the fans that I don't know if I would want to have my last one in this atmosphere. Um, you know, I feel like it's something that I'd want to share, but yeah, it's it is different. It does it kind of it sucks. It sucks not fighting, you know, or fighting without the fans here. You know, but you know, I've always said that I'd fight you know anybody anywhere and prove it by going to an empty arena and fighting guys there. So um, it's it's awesome to have the fans on your side and it's awesome to just hear them and you get energy from it. But it's not why I fight. It's just a positive of fighting and putting on good fights.
Um, is there anything you like about all these new fight weeks? Is there anything that you say this could be implemented in the future?
Um, you know, I mean, it's definitely it's cool. Like, I it's fun sometimes to hang out at at the fights afterwards. But last time, coming out fighting, banging out some press, and then just being in the car and going back to the hotel room to take a shower and you know and have a beer. That was pretty cool. I suppose I could do that anytime, you know, any one of the fights, unless there was a press conference. But yeah, it's I kind of like that because we were you know, at a casino going to a steakhouse when the main event was it's still in the first round at that last one. So I can't really complain about that. I thought that was pretty cool.
My last one, you have been talking about DC, about hanging the gloves, and I really enjoyed to see you fight. So please tell me that we are pretty far from seeing your last fight.
We are. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be Saturday night, but yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty focused on hitting 40 right now, and then there's that side of me that's like, well, I get to 40, and you know that's another year and a half or so, and UFC 300's sneaking up on us. So that would I'd be you know in my 40s at that point, but we'll see how it goes. I'm feeling really good right now. You know, there's nothing, not dealing with anything major, and yeah, it's I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying training, even in this. You know, there are the aspects of it that that do suck, like not having my students at the gym, but kind of like condensing training sessions and stuff like that just to minimize the amount of traffic at the gym and this and that. It's been pretty cool. So I'm really enjoying the process that we have going on right now, and like I said, my body's responding to it well. So we're gonna keep on rolling.
Okay, great. My first question is, how was the preparation for this fight? Did the COVID-19 situation affect you in any way?
Yeah, COVID-19 situation affect everybody. Of course, like gym being closed, but thank God, then I have a best team, and we still able to training together somehow. Like sometimes we go all Quintas garage, and we always meeting to each other team, or we help each other. And then this fight camp was much better, much good preparation, and I was sparring, and I was doing almost everything like what much as I can. So, but the fight before, I wasn't really training, but I take a fight 10 days notice. So this time much better.
And which type of fight do you imagine for Saturday night? What are we going to see? Are there any new tricks below your sleep?
Yeah, of course. I gotta show more new stuff. I think more striking, and then I gotta be patient, and it's gonna be good fight. Good fight. That's not easy to finish him, but I gotta show really hard fight, and I'm gonna left everything in the cage, and then it's gonna be nice good looking fight, I think.
Well, and talking about the cage, you're an awesome wrestler. So what do you think about the smaller cage of the Apex? Are you planning to use that in your favor?
Um, uh, I mean, it's yeah. I mean, I like the small cage. It's a little weird because we used to be fight a big cage, and in my gym we also have a little big cage. It's a little different. I don't know. Like it sometimes affect good, sometimes it's more weird. But we are professional, and I gotta use for me, and then I have to be ready for it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. You cannot say because of you wrestler. It's you know, it's hard to say for me.
Okay, and my last question. You have talked about John's experience inside the UFC. So do you think it will become a factor on the fight? And how are you planning to deal with that?
Say again, please.
I was asking the experience, John Dodson's experience in UFC, and how are you planning to deal with that? Do you think it can become a factor on the fight?
Yeah, I mean, of course, like because he has a lot of experience, and it's of course it's gonna be his favor. But I mean, I gotta fight hard. I gotta fight. I gotta do everything for win, and I think I have a better cardio, or I gotta. I mean, I have to die in the cage and win. I don't, I don't want to leave judge's hand. I wanna look good, and I wanna fight good and strong and hard.
First of all, how are you adapting to this different fight week and the pandemic situation? Are you getting used to the new procedures and all that?
Yeah, I did it 2 months ago. Nothing really changed, so it's it really does. It feels like we didn't even leave Vegas. Went back to Phoenix, trained, came back, so it doesn't feel like we really left.
Is there anything that you miss from the life before the pandemic?
Literally, the only thing, if I could change anything, would have fans in the stands, and that's it. Other than that, life for me is pretty normal. I enjoy life still. Nothing really changes too much.
And talking about the fight, is there any aspect of Chito's fighting skills that you think you should be careful of?
He's in the UFC. He's tough. He's beat people in the UFC. He's finished people in the UFC, and he's never been finished. So he's all around. It's a tough fight. It's a good fight. He's my toughest opponent to date, and with that said, I'll probably still drop him in the first round.
Okay, and if you win on Saturday, when would you like to come back to the octagon?
To be determined. We'll see. It depends how the fight plays out. Depends how healthy I am after. Depends who's coming off a win. It's too hard to say and for me to predict right now.
And my last one, Dvalishvili said a few moments ago that if both of you win your respective bouts on Saturday, a fight between you two would make sense. What do you think about that?
We'll see.
Gracias por visitar Somos MMA en YouTube. No olvides suscribirte a nuestro canal y activar las notificaciones para seguir disfrutando de nuestro contenido.